Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, with the great honor of speaking with Seth Morse. He's an analyst at Forrester, and he has been following a fascinating theme, which is AI and the application in sales. Welcome, Seth.
Thanks for having me.
A world with AI, what would it look like 3 years from now after we have begun to really understand its full potential?
I don't know if it'll be significantly different in some ways, but it'll just be faster. Think about it from the perspective of the way the internet changed how you gather information. Same thing's going to happen with like what we're seeing with generative AI, what we're seeing with these large language models is, as a seller, you're going to need them to keep up with the pace of what a buyer needs. You're going to need that for insights. You're going to need to be more efficient, not because the tool's more efficient, but because all of your competitors and your salespeople are going to be using those tools too. To me, the big thing that people can see, touch, feel from generative AI, if I'm a seller, is email creation, content creation, that type of stuff, where I can put in, here's what I'm trying to say, and it'll turn it into a message that's intelligible, easy, well written, and then you can just adjust it and send it out. That for this year is going to likely be the most valuable piece of information.
So how will it change the job, let's say, of a sales ops manager or a sales enablement manager?
Sales ops manager is going to have to be more exploratory and more around managing data. Data quality will change, right? You'll still need data quality in terms of structured data, but you'll also have to do a lot more work on unstructured data. This is going to allow you to look into information beyond just reports around finances and different stuff and come up with insights that are unique.
How would it affect sales enablement people?
Really going to disrupt content for one thing. I mean, you can envision a world, right? Like right now, there's a lot of talk around content management and making sure that I put everything in the right format, in the right place, and organize it in the right folders. In the future, you're going to ask for the content, and it's going to take all the information from that content and generate a custom piece of content based on everything in the system and what they know about that customer you're going to give the content to. And then that's what a seller is going to send out. So it's going to shift the way that content management is done on the enablement side. On the coaching side, it's going to do similar things. Like I see it as a huge revelation. Even with conversation intelligence right now, you're going to be able to stop focusing on like adoption by listening to calls or adoption by a test. You're going to actually be able to say, I trained you to do this, and I'm going to have the system tell me if you're doing it. You'll build a training module, and then you'll build conversation intelligence system or triggers to say, if these things are said, I want you to listen and tell me if it's the answer that I want based on how I train that seller. If you do this right, you're going to look and listen to the sellers that are doing it differently and having more success. And then what that'll allow companies to do is take that, put it into your training, update your training, and push that back out to all your sellers so that the top sellers are going to go from being lone wolves to almost a net impact type role.
What about AI? Does it exist while salespeople are on a live call with a customer, that AI is going to analyze the progression of the call and then whisper lines to the salesperson?
Like it's used heavily in B2C right now, where they do live scripting. So as you're saying it, it's documenting what you're saying, and it's heavily used. It's really good because if you're in a B2C world, you're dealing with, when that call comes in, it's going to be a real time. I'm either going to win or lose the call on that, win or lose the deal on that call. So having a real-time script and real-time prompts. So there's two main components, the scripting, and then there's prompts, which when you say a word or your customer on the phone says a word, it serves up a prompt that will help you by either giving you information on what that person said, like about the product they're talking about, give you a suggestion on what to say, those types of things. It allows you to improve on the call and maximize your effectiveness while on the call with the customer. B2B rarely ever, if ever, uses scripting like that, but they definitely use the prompts. There's products out there that do that today. It's very focused on high velocity sales, but I think that's going to change over time, because if I'm on a call and I can get those insights, why would I not want to answer those insights?
It is a fascinating world and it's transforming. So give me an example how you used AI to improve your life?
In certain situations, I meet with a lot of customers to go through and listen to calls, talk to them about different things. I can take all that information out. Like, for example, a whole bunch of different calls that I have for a briefing that I'm doing on a wave, like where we're evaluating vendors. I can have all those calls, extract them, listen to the conversations, and surface topics and insights that come up consistently to really help me understand what's the theme that's running across all these vendors, or the theme that's running across all these customers that I can use in trying to understand where I should focus, what's important, what's not important.
Is that the technology that makes all the problems go away?
Nope. To a certain extent, they make it worse if you don't use them right. That's something I talk about a lot with clients. If you buy a tool just because you think the tool is going to help you solve problems and you don't have an application, that a problem that you're trying to apply it to, or a advancement that you're trying to make, in a lot of cases, it actually ends up being worse because now you have another tool you've given to your seller and not trained them how to use it or not applied it to a problem that makes them better.
Seth, where can people learn more? Do you have any papers online that people can look at?
Yeah, just look me up at Forrester.com or on LinkedIn.
Thank you, Seth.